What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So from an investor standpoint, there is a lot of reasons for us to fall in love with Lucid, whether it be because of their growth, technology, or you just like to make money, or all of the above, whatever it might be. I personally am a very big fan of growth. So I'm going to give you a good summary of everything to do with growth that is currently underway, both internationally and locally. But before I get into any of that, you guys know the deal. Smash your thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. Also, if you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom screen. In addition to that, I do weekly live streams for members only, so even more of an incentive to sign up. With that, let's get right to it. So I'm going to be talking both, like I said, internationally and locally separate. So I'm going to start locally. So from that front, you can see on their website, there is a lot more studios opening up in Canada and throughout the States, which ultimately that means that there's going to be more reservations coming our way. So that is one very positive thing to look forward to. And locally as well, on the AMP facility, they are making huge progress as far as on phase 2. And you can tell that based on Bear's workshop. So he has been giving us a lot of good updates. So this is ultimately very good for us as investors, because as of right now, we're currently underway for phase 2, 90,000 units per year. At full capacity, 365,000 units per year. So even locally, that is a huge game changer. And when demand does pick up locally for the US, because right now it is lagging a little bit, Lucid has the ability, as you can tell based on 365,000 units of capacity per year, can fill that void. So that is very good, very impressed with that. And with that, I'm just going to transition and talk more internationally now, more so starting with Europe. So we all know technically Europe, they are getting a studio in Germany starting in Q1 of 2022. And you can see Jenny from the block did post one from Munich. So it is already getting ready and prepped. And I'm very excited for the European expansion. And not only that, you can see right here, there is a lot of new countries that are going to be getting them. So you can see Austria, Belgium, Denmark, and so forth. And again, Jenny from the block providing a lot of good content. You can see where the studios are going to be. So when it comes down to it, this is a huge untapped market, and this is why I'm very excited for Europe. And just to put that in a bigger picture, you can see based on this chart, look at where Europe is. And this is all based on 2022 plug-in sales. A lot of people seem to be under the impression that China is number one, but it does actually appear that the demand when it comes to Europe is equally as high. And like I said, locally, the US is lagging significantly compared to the expansion in Europe. So that is one reason why I'm very excited for Europe. And like I said, this info is from 2020, but this is up to date for 2021 November. Plug-in sales capture 26% of the market share, and this is for Europe, showing that there is a huge demand for this, and it's only going to grow. So they do estimate that the whole EV market in Europe is going to be 1.3 trillion by 2028. So that is absolutely huge, a lot of growth, and this is definitely going to outpace locally in the US. So when it comes down to it, Lucid expanding into Europe is going to be a game changer, especially considering Lucid has a better quality vehicle than all the EVs out there, which is going to equate to more sales for Lucid. And as investors, that's going to make us quite happy. And with that, I just want to show you one thing. It's not confirmed as of right now, but it does look like Lucid Motors is actually hiring positions for Taiwan. So what does that mean? Is that going to be positions, or what is that going to be, a new facility? We don't know, but it definitely adds to the intrigue of Lucid and makes us really wonder, because as of right now, they've been moving around the dates a little bit, but it does look like by the end of the decade, so 2030, they do actually want to move and deliver to China. So that's one thing that possibly this could be alluding to that, or whatever it might be. Let me know in the comments below what you do think about that. And with that, a lot of people are excited for this, the Saudi factory, which is estimated to be producing vehicles by 2025, 2026. And this is one thing I'm really excited for, because the Saudi factory is going to be actually using those vehicles produced there to deliver to Europe. So everything I said about Europe and that huge demand, this is going to be coming from the Saudi factory. And from what I've been able to read, it does look like this Saudi factory is actually going to have up to about 500,000 units of capacity every single year. So if you do add it all together, so locally 365,000 units, and then from the Saudi factory 500,000, that is going to be a lot of supply, a lot more Lucid vehicles out on the road. And again, from an investor standpoint, that is exactly what we want to hear. And when it comes to the growth in Saudi Arabia, a lot of people are also excited about that, because right now they are starting to have a studio in Q1 of 2022 as well. So more expansion on that front. And when it comes down to Saudi Arabia, they are really depending on Lucid, and they've integrated them in that 2030 plan. And there is a lot of dependency on that, because when it comes down to Saudi Arabia, they want roughly about 6.25 billion worth of vehicles to be produced locally, all EV vehicles by 2030. So again, when it comes down to Lucid actually getting there first and having their vehicles produced, and especially PIF already has a very big investment in Lucid, they definitely have it in. And that's one thing that could have unlimitless possibilities. And like I said, they are wanting roughly about 30% of all the vehicles to be EVs by 2030. So there is a big transition from oil to EV, and Lucid is going to be that. And like I said, there is a lot of growth, whether it be from Europe or from Saudi Arabia or whatever it is. There is a lot of growth, and they definitely do have more than enough capital. So I just want to show you this as well. So they have 4.8 billion plus 2 billion that they just had from their debt offering. So roughly about 7 billion in cash equivalents, and short-term investments, whereas they only have 216 million in debt. So they definitely do have more than enough cash to fund all of their growth. But with all that, that is a good summary of everything that you need to know, and hopefully this is one reason that you definitely do really like about Lucid, as I do as well. With that, don't forget to smash a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. Also, if you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom screen. Greatly appreciate that. With all that, let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.